Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T. Liking the shirt, kid.
Thank you, buddy. A little theme dressing today.
I am not in Kansas City Chiefs red, for the record.
Looks a little bit like it.
Yeah, I'm not. It's it's pompous Franklin Cider Mill red.
Yes, that is a lovely shirt.
I almost wore the sweatshirt you got me, a pre-birthday gift. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
I
sir.
absolutely love it.
Happy birthday early.
Thank you. It's the Lions with that logo they're going with, that 50-year-old logo, which is my favorite Lions logo, hands down.
No question.
It's not even close. I absolutely love it with the gray and the blue lines.
Yeah.
And the long,
old
elongated
school,
line.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely love it. I got to be honest, man. There are very few days when I'm not excited to come down and do a show with you and that I don't fucking care.
I'm just going to mail this one in.
Today is one of those days. It'll probably be a home run. We'll probably have a great show.
What else could it be?
Exactly. But today, my head is so on another fucking planet right now. It's not stable. It's not good. It's not healthy. I woke up at 5 a.m.
Oh, so did I.
I believe I heard you going into the bathroom, into your room at 5:20.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, that's me.
I heard you go down to the kitchen, maybe whipping up some lunchies, something.
Yeah.
And then you came back upstairs for a second, and then you fucked off.
Yeah, I went to work.
Yeah. That's what it's called. I always forget what that's called.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, you did that, and then I was like, okay, this is absurd. I'm not getting up at 5:30.
What kind of asshole does this?
Yeah, who does? What clown does this? Oh. And then what? It's been a minute 53. We're good.
Okay.
And then I got up at 7. And then I got up at 8:30, and then finally threw in the towel and got up at 9.
Oh,
after
congratulations.
just laying there, I was just petting Cece.
Yeah.
And even Cece was like, I ain't getting out of bed.
What are you talking?
You go downstairs and start the coffee all you want, but I ain't getting out of bed.
I'll be right
And I
here.
just started watching pregame stuff and just amping myself up. I literally couldn't stay asleep. That's how excited.
It's like Christmas morning.
It is beyond Christmas morning. Christmas morning's fun when you're around kids. You know, if I'm around the nephews and the niece and stuff like that.
That was
that's
metaphorically
cool.
speaking.
Yeah, but it's better than Christmas morning to me. And I don't know if I'm more amped up and excited than I would have been as a 10-year-old Christmas morning. Probably not. Probably would have been more excited as a 10-year-old
There
for
you
Christmas.
go. There's the reference.
But I've never been this excited about a Lions season. Never.
And if they come out and take an L?
Oh, crushing won't be the word. I don't know what the word will be, but the only thing I can equate it to is when there's a movie coming out that I'm super excited about. Like, there's a new Quentin Tarantino movie or something, and it's been hyped for months, and you're going to go see it, and it just can't possibly live up to what you've built in your mind. It'll be virtually impossible for the Lions to live up to
The hype
that I have internally, and I don't know where it's come from. I don't remember it in years past.
Yeah.
But
so what are your expectations for the Lions this year?
Division win, home playoff win at a minimum.
Okay.
Anything short of that, I think is, now if they eke into a wild card and they're on the road and they lose, it's better than not making the postseason. But I think for a successful year with this much hype, with this much national attention, I think it's not outrageous to think they can win the division.
Yeah.
And a home playoff game, you got to win. You got to win at home.
Sure.
And if they did that, I couldn't be terribly disappointed in it.
No, I don't see how you could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, a playoff win, I think, just sort of resets all the boxes.
Yeah.
This is like year zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kinda.
And, I went through this once because as everybody that's listened to me for any amount of time knows, I'm a huge 49ers fan, have been since the womb. That's where my family had season tickets. And so it was just kind of part of the package of growing up in my household. Niners, and I'm a diehard Lions fan. And those two franchises have not crossed paths very often as far as like, oh, God, what do we do? Now, I'm also a diehard San Francisco Giants fan and a Tigers fan, both of those franchises. And when they met in the World Series, I was like, I didn't know what to do, and it turned into the worst World Series ever. My two favorite teams on earth playing each other, and it was a sweep. The Giants 1-4, and I was miserable. It sucked.
Yeah.
I hated it. So what do you do for me if the Lions win a division, get a home playoff game, and say Seattle wins the West, and the Niners eke into a wild card and they come to Detroit to play a playoff game. Don't know what I'd do.
I don't know that I would be in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Might take a trip that weekend.
yeah. It's one of those where you can look at it one of two ways. You
Either
win
one of
no
your
matter
teams are
what.
going to win.
Yeah.
You're going to lose no matter what.
And no matter which team won, I would obviously be 100% behind them going forward. And but there's something crushing about that too, because it's just hard to root against one of your teams, whether the Lions or the Niners. It really is.
Hey,
So,
it could be the conference championship.
can you imagine? Oh, yeah. What are your expectations? Or what would you consider a successful season?
You got to make the playoffs, and yeah, I think you got to get a playoff win. That depends. I mean, it's a long season. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if Goff goes down in week 3,
Yeah, you're fucked.
then is the season a loss? Is it it's harder to quantify things like that.
As a Niners fan who went through last year with multiple quarterbacks and then Brock Purdy as a rookie,
Yeah.
there's a glimmer of hope, but it's so rare. Usually you'd be just done.
If you
now,
don't-
if Hooker came in and all of
If
a
you
sudden
don't,
played well.
if you don't win the division, if you get in on a wild card, but then you got to go into Philly or
Yeah,
into Seattle,
yeah.
something like
No,
that.
you got to win your division.
Yeah.
You've got to, like, if the Lions are going to be serious and take those strides, we think you have to go in and steal your division. They haven't done it in decades, and if you eke your way in, back your way into the postseason, and go on the road to Philly, you're fucked. You are.
I think this division is going to be a lot better than people think.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's still, I don't think they're as good as they were last year,
Yeah,
but I
St.
think
Louis
they're
Blues.
still a legitimate team.
Yeah.
And I think Chicago and Green Bay are going to be a lot better than people think. I
Yeah.
think Jordan Love is playing better ball than people give him credit for.
100%.
And I think they put some weapons around Justin Fields. I think that could potentially be,
Yep.
somewhat of a scary team too. I think it's going to be a good division, and that's where things get scary.
Yeah.
When you have a competitive division and you end up, splitting home and homes with everybody.
Yeah.
And you just kind of beat each other up. So it's hard to.
You got to steal one here or there.
Exactly.
You don't have to win them all.
No.
But I'm so excited to see what this team looks like. Now it will be absolutely soul crushing if they come out and just get curb stomped by
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with months to prepare, knowing this is coming, didn't start anybody during the preseason. You're healthy going into this. Like that would crush me if they went out and got 34-7 type game. And you're just
I was
like,
thinking
ugh.
this is the best Thursday night game to have.
Yeah,
Because you're not
100%.
you're not technically on a short week.
No.
Every other Thursday
No.
night you're on a short week.
Yes.
So
This is hands down the best one. And it says a lot about what the National Football League thinks about this Lions team.
Yeah.
Speaks
what,
volumes.
they got 4 or 5 primetime games this year?
Yeah.
Something
But
like
to
that.
put them on the showcase event against the defending Super Bowl champs on Thursday night, the only game in the nation,
Yeah.
and the whole country's been waiting 5.5 months for football, to put the Lions there speaks volumes about what they think
Sure.
of this squad. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not forget they opened with Philly last year and lost
Yeah.
by 3 in a
Yeah.
shootout.
What was that, 45-42 or something?
Yeah,
I mean,
something
it
like
was
that.
48-45.
I mean, it was. But they held their own. They came out swinging right
Yeah.
out the gate. So
Yeah. I'm super excited. Most people that listen to this show, the game will already be played.
Yeah.
And so it won't matter.
No.
We'll
We'll see.
I apologize for that. I'm aware of it, but I'm just too jacked. I'm
sure.
sorry.
All right, predict
It
the
is
score.
what it is.
Since it's on, so it'll be on tape before people listen tomorrow. They'll know what you think.
I'll think they both score in the high 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. 28-24 game
All right.
would be fine. I mean, I'd give anything for the Lions to come out and make a statement. Like, no. Just like we went into Lambeau at the end of last year and fucked them up,
Yeah.
we're going to go and do it in Kansas City now.
Yeah.
And we don't care. Detroit versus everybody is real. Dan Campbell's real. We believe it. We know what we've got. And we don't give a shit about the Kansas City Chiefs or their coach or Patrick Mahomes, and just go in and ball out. I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah, it's the way it should be.
So I don't know what we're doing. We haven't even talked about plans. I figure you'll have some cocktails. I think the good Dr. Tooch is coming by. Maybe we order pizza, whatever. But I'm just
Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to go 34-31 Lions.
34-31. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You put it down on tape.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to pick the Lions. I'm going to homer out. I'll go with the Lions, too.
I could see them pulling out this game, especially if Kelsey doesn't play.
Yeah.
I've said it all along about the Super Bowl hangover of.
I don't think that applies much anymore.
Of course it does.
Not with good franchises. The Chiefs are just fine. I don't know.
Okay.
I know what you mean by playing 2 extra months of ball, or an extra month of football. But
it's more than just that. It's not. I mean, there's just a lot to it. That you came off of that. You've had an emotionally draining summer.
Yeah.
Essentially off season. All the other bullshit. A lot of egos. A lot of bullshit. You don't necessarily have that hunger because you're coming off the top of the mountain as opposed to climbing up it. Things like that. I believe it's real on some level. That I'm not saying they're going to come out and be awful. I'm just saying
we've seen it before with teams. Yeah. We've seen lots of teams that applies to. I don't think it necessarily applies to this franchise.
Okay.
That's just my thought. Like, they haven't dropped off. Have they won the Super Bowl every year? No. Have they gone every year? No. But they haven't dramatically dropped off at all. And they've been to multiple Super Bowls.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to go fucking
championship
3 and
games every
14
year.
this year either. I'm just saying this opening game.
Yeah.
They come out, they have their banner raising, whatever bullshit they have. I'm just saying it's a real thing. I didn't make it up.
No. You didn't, and I acknowledge it. I just don't think it applies to this Chiefs franchise for whatever reason.
Okay.
Whether it's the fact they've got Andy Reid that keeps them, in check and on the right page. I think Mahomes is robotic in his preparation. He's like Brady, like that. So I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
All I know is
in a matter of hours.
I can wait. I can't wait. And we could come here. Well, we won't be here tomorrow, but who knows? I thought about calling Henson, and then you were like, we don't need that energy.
We don't need that.
We don't need that mojo today.
Because it doesn't matter. He's gonna say fuck the Lions, same old Lions.
Yeah.
And if they win, it's gonna mean he's gonna say it doesn't matter. It's just whatever. It's one game, means nothing. Super Bowl hangover, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Kelsey wasn't there.
And if they lose, it's gonna be Hossie. I told you they're a fraud.
Yeah.
Even if they lose at 1 point in a 55-54 shootout.
He posted a picture today. I saw, I think on Facebook, of a lion licking its own ball sack. And something along. He made some snarky crack at the Lions, wake me up when they win a postseason game or something like that. So it's like, you know what? I think he's right. We don't need the mojo. There's something about being a professional sports broadcaster in this town for decades that makes you just like those guys are all like that.
Yeah.
There's not so many homers,
No,
at least the good ones.
I'm not slappy. I'm
not,
I
don't think
like,
you are.
Oh, I'm fucking going all the way this year.
Yeah.
But I think all the pieces are in place. I think it's obvious that I look beyond the fucking pale.
Yeah.
And I understand what's going on here. And all the signs are pointing up. All the potential is there. Will it happen? We'll find out.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect me one way or the other, whether it does or it doesn't.
Oh, it'll affect me a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else, though, in my existence. So, that's it. So... Jay used to get mad at me about this. I'm sure you don't understand it, but it's all I have. And so, I'm going to...
You should find something.
Nah, that's okay. I'm okay. I've given up on most things. So, but I'm okay with that. I'm complacent. I've made peace with it.
Okay.
And so this means a lot more to me than most. And this is my time of year.
Okay. Well, good luck, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm assuming you did not. We did the show a little bit late yesterday. And we did a story, and you were kind of rolling your eyes through most of it with Tucker Carlson promoting his interview with Larry Sinclair.
Oh, yeah, the Obamagate.
Yeah. And you know what? I've thought about it a lot because you kind of had first off, I think you hit the nail on the head. This is more about the media than it is anything else.
Yep, absolutely.
Because neither of us give a shit if Obama was getting his dick sucked by dudes. Like, whatever, man. Do you. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. I don't even care that he was smoking crack. He's admitted that in the past. I don't know if he said crack. I think he just said coke. Like in high school, too, or college in Hawaii.
All right.
So, but I watched the interview last night. I went and through the X, Tucker on X, And I sort of agree with a lot of people where it's like, why are you airing this now? This is gratuitous and
Yeah.
salacious for no particular reason. And it seems super tabloidy for what you've been doing the last few years.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that.
Now, if you incorporate this into an example of the Biden laptop and so these other examples of the collusion or whatever of the media,
Yeah.
then okay, it's relevant on that level.
Yeah.
But this is this did nothing for me, and
Totally get that.
yeah.
And I'm more so embarrassed and sort of ashamed of my early career, and I enjoyed every second of it at the time. But I've often said that like the abuse that Monica Lewinsky took was so over the line.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that girl didn't kill herself. No, she's a dipshit libtard. No doubt about it. She posts stuff and I just go, ugh. It makes you want to just go, okay, can we pile on this idiot again? At the same time, it was so unfair, radically unfair. When you talk about the power dynamic,
Of course.
the fact that they went after her so hard,
Yes.
the media and all of us included in that is shameful. It was a different time. I know that doesn't mean anything to young people, but it just was. It was kind of cartoonish in its levels of like pushing the envelope and that kind of media coverage. It was risky back then. There was shit on the line when you push that envelope, way more than there is today. And, but I thought about it and it was like, well, would you interview Larry Sinclair if we could on this show?
Sure. I mean,
Exactly. And that's what I was thinking to myself.
Well, no.
Would we interview him? And I think, yeah, sure.
It would not be anything. I would never suggest it.
No,
and
I'm not going out of my way to find him.
prior to this coming out, I would have said no. Why?
Yeah, dead
You know?
story.
Right. But and I don't necessarily want to put it back in circulation either. So I quickly said yes to that, but it's not a all in. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, couldn't absolutely. Why wouldn't we?
But
I don't know what the gain of that is. What is the gain there? To retell stories.
It's a story involving salacious details and a former president. I mean,
Okay.
that alone, you got to understand. People like me that have done this for 30 years, 25 years, like this is what you get up for in a lot of respects. Not necessarily this story, but
What do you mean get up?
like you get fucking excited for, oh my God, we're talking to so-and-so. We're interviewing so-and-so. I've never talked to that individual. I want to know more about this story or that story and try to poke holes in it or try to, see where this goes or what kind of details you can get. Like, I'm interested in that.
Okay.
Always have been.
So
I understand.
We call him Sinclair?
No, absolutely not. I'm not even interested right now. But if the opportunity came up, I was just thinking to myself, like, would I? And it was like, yeah, why not? Sure. Talk to him.
Sure.
But, he did last night. Elon Musk took a little issue with it.
Okay.
He said something to he claims, so if you're not totally familiar, you didn't listen yesterday, this guy has claimed since 99 or something that he blew Obama a couple times and smoked crack with him a couple times. Once again, failing to provide any evidence for his wild claims. That's the media coverage today. And it's like, okay, again, how exactly would you do that? Did you expect him to get receipts from his Coke dealer? And by the way, that's not really Larry's job. Okay? If you're being fair, that's the media. That's where the media comes in.
Generally speaking, yes.
And if the Obama administration wanted to clear anything up at the time, they could release phone records from 99 and go, we put him here. He's not even here. He wasn't in Gurnee, Illinois then.
Yeah, they didn't have to defend themselves because
No.
it became a non-issue.
Yeah, the press defended him across the board. So Musk tweeted, of course, the probability that his claims are true would have to rest on objective evidence rather than claims made by someone with a dubious history.
Oh, I mean,
Okay.
legitimate on some level. I mean, but it is essentially a he said, she said.
Yeah.
Can we talk to the limo driver that introduced the two?
Who knows? Who knows if that guy's alive? Who knows? Certainly, the media was not interested in tracking him down at the time. You know, again, and there's a lot of people that believe you target people that if it came out there would be trouble believing their story because it'd be too easy to point to their past. Their, oh yeah, well you got busted for fraud or you wrote bad checks or you blah blah blah, whatever it may be. And so it's then easy to just dismiss those people, And so I'm aware of that fact. You see this with troubled youth.
Of course.
Broken homes are who, predators go after, typically. Musk's skepticism was shared by others, as I said. I would find it very entertaining if true, but I'm 10% as for now, maybe lower. Another fan of Carlson said, truth or fiction, I could care less. Well, you couldn't care less. I hate when people say that. It's a pet peeve of mine. I could care less about this person's private sex life and history, with the exception of my own husband. I like Tucker, but I don't agree with this topic. Salacious is putting it mild. So, I don't know. I watched him. His story has stayed remarkably consistent over the years.
Yeah.
It adds some weight to it when you put together the story that just came out a couple months ago about his girlfriend, and he wrote about dreaming about fucking dudes.
Well, what is the point of all of it?
I don't know.
What was the point of the interview? Was it just to rehash all the details, the salacious details?
Yeah, that's the troubling part of it. Like,
okay. Nothing new, nothing revolutionary, nothing.
Well, do you think the truth matters? If this guy's telling the truth, does it matter? I don't know. I don't know that it does.
No, I don't think it does.
Yeah.
No. I mean, again, it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter. I mean, if he is telling the truth, again, shame on you for kiss and tell, for blow and tell, for fucking tell, or whatever it is.
Yeah, blow and tell.
But
by the way, there was
all the shame is to the media, and that again, that's that's the only aspect of this story that I give any shits about.
Yeah,
is just another example of the media bias, pure and simple.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There was a hilarious moment in Tucker's choice of words. At one point, he's looking at him. He's like, well, I mean, this had to leave a really bad taste in your mouth, this whole incident. And neither of them reacted to it. I'm like, really? That's just going to land right
just
there?
Just right
really?
there, just going to let
really?
sit?
You just talked about, and Larry's blunt, and he's like, oh my God, when I saw him come up at the DNC, I happened to be watching in 98, 99, 2000, whatever it was, and he came on the screen, and there were like a bunch of friends there. He's like, holy shit, I blew that guy twice. And his friends are laughing, and, but I there's no doubt the media will go, and they talked about, one of the hit pieces that was written on him, on Larry Sinclair, and it was like, yeah, he's got a 27-year criminal history. And he's very open about all this shit. He's like, I grew up in the South as a fucking gay guy in the 60s. That was about as likely to get you strung up from a tree as anything, like I understood it, but I never hit it. I never fucking was ashamed of it, anything. I fucked lots of dudes. I knew, this guy was not his first time, probably not his last, like all those things, but he says, my criminal record goes from 80 to 86. Any sentence I've been given, I served. He denied being a fugitive or trying to escape justice. I've never hidden my past in my regular everyday life. Why would I hide it with this? You could choose to believe it. You cannot. I do agree it's kind of pointless to talk about. Probably says, there's not a ton going on in the media today.
Yeah. Well, not so much you talking about it. Is more Tucker
seems
talking
a bit
about
below Tucker.
That's more where I'm at with it, of like, why? So what was the point? I mean, you have this unbelievable platform, and you've been doing some pretty great things with it to this point. What was the point of this? Nothing seemed. Is he running out of options? Is he desperate for content? Was there a reason behind? That's more my stance of it. It was like,
no,
why?
Okay,
yeah, that was
no would be the answer to all.
There was
that,
no new
developments.
developments.
No, more of an indictment on the media and the coverage, and or if Obama's been put up on such a pedestal by so many people as like the savior. And the fact is, he was horrible for race relations in this country. He really was. That was the whole thing. Like, there were tons of people who voted for that guy, not because they believed in his policies. They didn't know shit about him. They wanted to support a black man,
of course,
running for president. They wanted to be here. They thought it would be immeasurable in its healing to the nation for historic reasons. And they were left horribly disappointed. Race relations have never been worse, and it started with that administration. It just did. So whether that's all Obama's fault, I'm not going to say that, but it certainly didn't do what it was supposed to do.
It didn't help.
No. And I don't know what the point is to dredging up this stuff now, outside of just kind of the secrecy of it or the whatever of it,
Yeah, that, like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly where it landed, how it landed, what the
all the details. Well, so you don't need to watch it,
right? I mean, and that's if that's just it, then it's just regurgitation, and
yeah.
So again, what do we have him on here? Sure, because for somebody like us, it's a big get. Essentially, it's a big interview. It's clickbait. It's something. It's not anything groundbreaking.
But I think we would ask him like, "Hey, how big was the president's dick?" You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Did you fondle his balls? You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
did you shave him? What are we talking about?
Was he shaved? Did he have an exploding bush?
Yeah.
What kind of O-face did he make when he blew and busted a nut in your mouth? Like that's where we would.
After he came, how quickly did he leave? Yeah, I mean that's a completely different line of questioning. But for somebody like Tucker, it's like I just didn't get it. And it came up like a week ago when he mentioned it on Carolla's show. That's what's kind of started this, and then he had him on. So I was wondering, like, okay, so was that sort of just a teaser that he put out there, or did it just happen to be like, hey, we should bring him back on, and that triggered
My
it?
guess is it's probably that. Like, Tucker wouldn't need to go, like, do this cat and mouse game of, I'm going to go on Carolla and, like, wink, wink, hint towards this, and then, like, he could just go on to, I mean, every video he posts is getting...
Yeah, but that was also within a week. I mean, I'm not saying.
Well, his team's good.
They are, and I'm
no
sure
doubt.
Larry's schedule's probably fairly flexible these days.
He lives in Mexico.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, did he swim across? Came over normally.
I don't know how he did. I don't know.
All right.
Speaking of media personalities,
Yeah.
Keith Olbermann has been in the news.
Oh boy. Yeah. Man, I used to like that guy so much.
I know. Everybody says the same thing.
I mean, that is one of the in my opinion, and
tragic.
The biggest fall from graces. I mean, somebody that I just really, really liked and looked up to and appreciated. I have just almost no respect for him
I have
anymore.
none.
Yeah,
you know what? It's getting to the point now where it's so bad that it reeks of mental illness. Like there's like, I know the cheap joke is like, oh, he's off his meds or something. But no, legitimately, if that dude's not on medication, he needs to be. Yeah. Like there's something.
It's just unstable. It's unhinged, right? It's just like, and I don't even follow it much at all.
No,
everything that I've seen is just like.
But I don't know what the point is. Like him and Rob Reiner, right? Yeah. Strike me as two sides of the same coin.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll post something on Twitter, it'll get 1,000 comments or more, or thousands, and 99% of them are telling them to seek help. Mm-hmm. Like they're not like, I just can't
imagine letting somebody live that fucking rent free in your head.
Yeah.
Like Reiner, he is so obsessed with Trump.
Yeah.
That I don't know how the guy can function on the day to day.
Yeah.
That everything, and maybe not. Maybe it's a ruse. I doubt it. But
it'd be kind of cool to convince people to vote for Trump in the next election, just to see the reaction from Joy Behar,
right,
and
watch
Keith Olbermann, and like, would they shoot themselves on live TV? Would they charge the White House with AKs? Like, they're so unhinged and so not.
That would be an
healthy.
insurrection.
What?
Charging the White House with AKs.
Yeah, it'd be great. But at this point, these people truly believe like he's the worst.
No, they'll just move to Canada.
Right. We'll hear that bullshit again. Well, Olbermann got into a war of words with Riley Gaines.
Okay.
Okay, this
boy.
is the 23-year-old Kentucky swimmer. You know, she's swimming in the SEC, first off.
Yeah. Is she still swimming?
No, she's done
Yeah,
now.
was,
She
yeah.
graduated.
Yeah.
And he says that she sucked at swimming. That's why you couldn't beat Leah Thomas.
Okay. Never
Really,
mind.
Keith?
Never mind the dick for a rudder.
Right. Second team all conference. Happily
Never mind
for-
the size 14 feet for flippers.
Exactly. Second team all conference. Happily for nasty, stupid, unsuccessful transphobe Riley Gaines. She has no reputation to ruin.
What did he say?
Second team all conference. Happily for nasty, stupid, unsuccessful transphobe Riley Gaines. She has no reputation to ruin.
Yeah. Okay.
he-
Keep punching down, Keith.
Yeah. The feud began when Oberman replied to one of her posts on Twitter, X, whatever, in which he said Gaines should address the reality that she sucked at swimming, and that's why she lost to Leah Thomas. And she just wrote back, makes sense now why you got fired from ESPN. Your political bias blinds you, and dismissive views like yours embolden men to change in front of us. Why don't you address the reality that women's spaces are being invaded and many women are harmed by this narrative?
Oh, it's a well stated response.
She's impressive.
She is.
And
yeah.
let's be honest.
I knocked her down a little bit before, just that I think she's kind of
Leaning into
soaking
it.
up this
Sure.
the attention that she's getting. Not that, and you can blame her.
Well, I think she, of all people, when you're looking for someone to be in that space and make an argument,
Yeah.
like believe all women, like this woman went through it. And by the way, she didn't lose to Leah Thomas. She tied Leah Thomas. And then they gave Leah Thomas the award and told her to eat shit. We'll mail you a trophy. If you remember, that's how that went. So this 6'5" fucking absolute man who apparently has a massive cock, she says stuff like, well, it was proportionate, if you know what I mean, when she was on Marsh, when Mar was desperately trying to get her to admit that he had a huge cock.
Yeah.
Which came across crystal clear that he did. And it was fucking disturbing to those girls. Absolutely disturbing. They were changing in fucking broom closets to not be there. And he was a cocky cunt
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
And it's like, who are you to just dismiss her?
Yeah, Mr.
as-
Oberman.
Yeah, as
Because-
hey, you're a 60-plus-year-old white man. What are
Your
you
Team
attacking a
Rainbow,
23-year-old?
she's irrelevant. She doesn't
Yeah.
get to have a say, and it's because she
Right.
sucked at
She
swimming.
sucked. Hot take, Keith. Hot take.
Come on.
So she posted a video, by the way.
So you know
we have
about my
there.
point of how disappointed I am in somebody that
Yeah.
I liked so much that has fallen so far from my grace.
Yeah. Well, there was something very, very special in the early-ish days of ESPN. And when they had Dan Patrick and just the formula, the way they brought it was so different from what we'd seen with sportscasters.
Yep.
They were quick, they were witty, creative. They started an industry, for young people that don't know what that was. It was special. It was very
Yep.
people paid attention at the 8 a.m. Sports Center, whatever it was, in the morning. If we were young, we would have been, in high school or whatever.
But
And
it was must see TV.
it was must see TV. And the 6 o'clock and 11
and it
o'clock.
wasn't even just sports. I mean, it was that good of a show.
Yeah.
The writing on it, the production of it, it was that good of a show.
And it would probably sound rather simple now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's like En Fuego and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it was so ahead of its time. But that being said, you knew at the time there was a Dennis Miller-esque vibe to Keith Olbermann. Thought he was the smartest guy in the room. Yeah. There was a snobberiness to him. You knew that if you met him in public, he'd be a cunt. He'd be a dick. He would. Like, no part of me thought, wow, when they say don't meet your heroes, like he'd be one of those guys that if you went up to him in a restaurant and asked for a picture, he'd be like Mitch Albom, a total fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
And rude and dismissive. I never didn't have that feeling about Keith Olbermann. But I totally respected the show.
Exactly.
It was brilliant.
Yep.
So you want to hear Riley Gaines when he's
Can't.
like, you sucked. You sucked at swimming. That's why you couldn't beat a guy.
So this is her response to
Yeah.
Senior Oberman.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Keith, as I was getting my All-SEC first-team honors down to show you I dropped it and I broke it, which would be really unfortunate if I didn't have more of those, but lucky for me I do. So let's go through it. SEC title, second in the country. This is my SEC Community Service Leader of the Year award, which actually got me a lot of money. Oh, another SEC title, an NCAA trophy. Oh, look, SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year. Believe it or not, I'm pretty smart. Another SEC title, another NCAA trophy. Oh, that's when we won an SEC championship as a team. Some more SEC honors. Oh, look, another one. That's when I broke the 200 butterfly record, the SEC record, which I still hold, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time. And so, Keith, I would be really sad if I broke this trying to prove a point to an old man who can't even seem to keep a job. But I've got more of these, so I'm not. Thanks, Keith.
All right. And you're up, Keith.
Yeah. Well, it was cool because as I was kind of scrolling through it, she's apparently working for Outkick now.
There you go.
Which is Clay Travis.
Yep.
And he does the Clay and Buck Sexton show or something. They kind of took over for Rush Limbaugh.
All right.
Clay Travis is great. He's a smart dude, lawyer, no question about it. He's got good takes. And so I didn't know this, but apparently she's working there. I don't know if she's got a podcast or what.
Okay.
But he made a video and he basically said what we said. Like, you don't understand how pivotal this show was when him and Patrick were doing it, how much it meant to young people, not just broadcasters, but literally everybody,
right.
And how special it was, and just how disappointing this is that you've gone down this road. And then he says, look, man, you seem really set in your views on this, that you know what you're saying. He's like, I'm offering right now. You want me to come to New York and go into your studio? You want to be at a different site? You want to come here? I'll fly you out here. You can come in my studio, whatever you want, wherever, whenever, however. You can stock the entire audience with libtards who believe just like you, who hate me and think you're God. Whatever you want, and I will debate you on this issue. And he does like a 10-minute diatribe about it.
All right.
And over and over. Now, my question to you is, do you think Keith Olbermann will take him up on that offer?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked me that, Mike.
Okay.
No, it is a great question because I don't have the answer because I could defend it in every which way. Because I could see him not doing it because there's no win for him. If he goes in and comes out looking great, it doesn't. If he truly believes what he's doing and he thinks that he's so right and so smart, then he might leap at the opportunity to do it. I don't know what the answer is. Personally, I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I'm going to go with fuck no. That's just me.
Right, but I'm not going to pretend to be in Obermann's head and
no.
guess what a man like that would do.
Well, I would say what we've seen time and time, countless times again, countless. The people that have these extreme leftist ideology views, they don't want to have the conversation. They don't want the discussion.
Well, he couldn't even get this right, apparently.
No. But
even when he said that, I was like, I remember her being better than that, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered her
and
having
why would that matter to him anyway? What does that have to do with anything?
But how are you going to go public with bad information like that?
Yeah. Because he's blinded by rage.
Or maybe she had a second team, conference thing her freshman year or some stupid, you know what I mean, or whatever. Yeah. You're going to fall back on that? Like, okay.
Yeah. He's unhinged.
Doesn't lend a lot of credibility to your side.
No. But I don't know of the situation. We see this from time to time when Ben Shapiro was allowed on campuses, college campuses. And there was thousands of people that were going to take him on. And he was like, yeah, bring the instructors in. Let's go. I've never seen him lose. Okay. Nope. Okay. He would have Riley Gaines' argument, and he would not lose. Clay Travis wouldn't lose. Keith Olbermann would do, in my guess, exactly what the faculty at all these colleges are doing, exactly what the media is doing, which is throw a tantrum and dismiss even having the discussion.
Yeah.
Like, that says you've lost the argument. You can't defend your side. Otherwise, you just would.
Yeah.
You would defend your side, and you would go,
take the side,
I'm going to
"Oh,
make this guy look like a clown right now because here's why he's so
My side
wrong."
is so right, I don't even have to defend it.
Are you sure, Keith? Are you
He
sure?
is.
Yeah, he is. But he's
Or
not,
is he?
He's not so sure that he's going to take him up on that offer of anywhere, anytime, any place, name it, I'll be there.
Ball's in your court, Keith.
He even uses that phrase. Stock the fucking pond with all your groupies. People that 100% against me. Stock it any way you want. Or nobody. On camera, off, whatever you want. You set the rules. I'm just offering to debate you on this.
You and I sit down and discuss this.
Yeah. Because you're attacking a 23-year-old fucking girl right now, and it looks pathetic as shit.
Yeah, it does.
So,
And I think she handled herself quite well.
yeah. But I would love nothing more, and it's not like, well, this woman can't handle herself. Of course she can handle herself. I've seen her do lots of interviews, and
Yeah.
she's just fine.
She's
She's fine. But I would love to see a Clay Travis go toe-to-toe with Keith Olbermann and watch Keith try to fucking explain himself. Or Rob Reiner, or anyone else like
of
that.
it. Yeah.
Any of them. They can't do it.
No.
So that's why they never do.
That's why they just stick to Twitter and just throwing out,
Yep,
jabs.
ghost and post. They post and ghost.
Yep.
Is what they do. Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, well.
yeah.
Hey, insurance. We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. So call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasik at Wasik Insurance.
radiofor1.com. You can buy merch there. Yes, t-shirts are available. There's a few different colors, and let us know what you think. If you want something else, maybe we can add that. But they've sweatshirts, hats, winter beanies, all that stuff. Also, our Amazon link, Amazon Canada. Please use those guys. We don't have many sponsors. We don't have much in the way of support. So anything you can do, no matter how small, I don't care if you're just ordering a fucking thing of toilet paper from Amazon. Every little bit helps. And when people do it in mass, it helps tremendously. So Amazon link is there, Amazon Canada. MyPillow, just use promo code TDC. It works at mystore.com as well. Also, a link to our Patreon page. We did some good content last week. I'm sure we'll do some more this weekend, unless I'm just in bed devastated.
It's possible. It is possible.
From the Lions,
Yep.
tonight. We'll see. Joy Behar.
Joy.
I mean, I just, if there's
Can't get that
any
vision
way,
out of your head?
I can't get the vision of you just punching her square in the fucking face.
Just one time, cold cock.
If there was no ramifications, if she agreed to it, and Twitter was 100% like, yeah, we're cool with this dude fucking just cracking her. Oh, yeah. Aren't you got, big boy? That would be the worst part.
Right? I know it.
I mean, because odds are you
Knock her down.
floor.
She does that little, backflip back up.
Backflip, fucking springs
Turns
to her
up
feet.
to her feet.
Yeah, it turns out she's Bob Barker versus Happy Gilmore.
Oh, shit.
But, Joy is starting to make some sense.
I'm about to whoopee your ass.
Yeah. She is, I got to give her credit where credit's due. I think she's making a lot of sense today.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't wait to hear this.
She lashed out at Fox News for showing videos of President Soup, Joe Biden, to some tripping, falling, and getting lost, like in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
Walking off a stage, shaking hands with ghosts.
Right.
And suggested that the network's coverage was the reason Americans believed he was too old for a second term.
Oh. They obviously manipulated these videos,
No.
right? Took them out of context.
No.
Or,
No, they just showed him.
They're not altered or anything. So he actually fell.
So no, they didn't like make him green, put a filter on him, make him green. Or
No.
anything like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I never really thought about it, but it's like, yeah, now that you mention it, Joy. I mean, he seemed like a spry chicken to me.
Yeah.
And then,
I
with
would've
all
never
this
known if they
loop
didn't-
of coverage, it's like, yeah.
They keep showing me these gaffes. Yeah, that does make me.
Yeah.
That does make me concerned. And, and she is right, because if it weren't for Fox News showing him, we wouldn't know this.
No,
And we
true.
would have no idea what a buffoon he actually is.
Great point.
So she is actually right.
She then went on to say that Biden should be revered and respected as an elder rather than criticized for his age.
Okay.
Okay. Sonny Hostin repeatedly attacked Nikki Haley because she was so offended.
What's
Absolutely
she got to say about Mitch?
Yeah, well, the respecting doesn't apply to him, probably.
I'm just curious.
As an elder statesman. Sonny Hostin said she was absolutely offended by Nikki Haley's ageism offends me so much. Nikki Haley saying that old fucks should have a test to see if they're even solvent enough.
Shut up, Sonny.
Yeah. It's very different than in other cultures where we value age and we value wisdom.
Yeah, not in, leadership positions.
No. If you want to have Granddad on the porch and have him regale you with stories from his past,
I respect the shit out of him.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. But running your country,
Yeah.
wholly different story. Imposing age or term limits to older politicians would open the door wider for some of those who truly are not ready to tackle the job at hand. Yeah, so that you're talking about Vivek Ramaswamy, who's 37. You're worried about him as far as you'd rather have Biden in there, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin pushed back, noting that age was sometimes an issue that could not be ignored, especially with regard to Biden. She quoted a poll from the Wall Street Journal in which 73% of respondents said they were concerned Biden was absolutely too old to be president.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not even going to say that he's too old to be president. Okay?
He's too almost dead.
He's too broken. He's
Yeah.
too corrupt. I mean, his faculties are not there.
No.
Now, that could happen when you're 50.
Yeah.
Right? Fetterman's not too old,
No.
but I don't want him running shit.
Hell no.
Okay? I mean, so it's not an age thing. Now that, senility and things come with age generally, but there's not a specific age.
No.
And you
Like
could
a
be
cutoff point.
80 or whatever the hell he is right now. You could be absolutely killing it. You could be sharp as a tack.
Your dad, my grandfather.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
it's not,
your dad at 80, I would have let him run the country.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Absolutely smart as could be.
Absolutely. So it's not an age thing specifically. It's a competency thing
Yeah.
specifically.
Right.
And they two do somewhat go hand in hand as your faculties wane as you get older. Now,
Yeah.
it's not the only thing. That's why I said, as soon as that came out with Haley, said, I don't want it for a certain age. I want it, period.
Yeah.
Everybody should have to take these competency tests.
Yeah.
To be able to be fit for office. It
Yeah.
should be standard procedure.
Yeah.
Because somebody can, early onset Alzheimer's can set in 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever.
It's
So you don't
rare,
have to
but it
be,
happens.
it can.
Yep.
You can have a stroke and not be able to speak.
And then she was saying, yeah, 73% of respondents said they were concerned Biden was too old to be president. But isn't it true that Fox and all those right-wing stations keep showing pictures of him tripping? Joy Behar objected. Yeah, well, are they supposed to not cover that, you fucking tard? What's the matter with you?
I stand by my take on Joy.
I love it, man. I
I really-
absolutely.
I don't
wouldn't
know if there's
feel any
one
shame.
person.
None.
Yeah, like I said, Reed is a close second for me.
Joy Reid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Behar, I'm just telling you.
Behar. And you know what? There's a lot of things. It's like, oh, I wish she was fired. Oh, she could drop dead. No, seeing T. Roy absolutely fucking meat claw her in the face. Just one.
One
I'm
time,
not saying
not
like
just gonna pummel her.
I'm not
no.
ground and pound or anything
Nope.
like that. But
just one
you know,
time, right in the fucking
just
mouth.
fucking full, closed fist.
That's it.
Boom.
And I have disdain for violence against women,
Absolutely.
except that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will
No, I
make
agree
an
with you.
exception for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just some twisted fantasy that I have.
No, I get it. I get it. Normally, I'd be like, "Whoa, bro, you're crossing the line here. You're talking about smacking a bitch upside the head." But with this one, I'm like, "No, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
see
gonna.
it. Makes sense.
Can I be there for the pay per view? Like, I really, really would love to see that.
Yeah.
I really would.
You can be my corner man.
Yeah. I would love that. Hostin tried to pivot to make the conversation about Donald Trump. Of course, that's
Here we
what
go.
you do.
Yep.
Well, he's overweight, and he's only a few years younger than Biden. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Great. So you hate ageism, but fat shaming's fine.
Here we go.
Fat shaming is the worst thing you can do right now in public, unless it's against Trump. See how that works?
Oh, I
Co-host
see.
Anna Navarro jumped in then, claiming that Biden was in very good physical shape. That's a quote.
Mm-hmm.
Very good physical shape, and she's never even understood why anyone even cared how old he was.
Again, I do
Oh
not
my
care.
God.
I don't care at all how old he is.
No, we've said it for
I've never,
years, dude.
No, if you are, I would prefer on some level somebody in that ballpark because of the life experience that someone like that
Late
has.
60s,
Yes.
70.
Yes.
You know,
You're getting into 80s. That's getting up there.
Here's the thing, though.
It's a very taxing job, responsibility-wise. The travel, it's not easy for somebody.
yeah, going from your beach house in Delaware to Tahoe resorts, back to Camp David, back to Tahoe. It's a lot.
Strenuous.
It's a lot on his plate. Here's what I would say about this, and we'll wrap it here. There's no doubt about it. Like, you can be clicking on all cylinders deep into your 90s. Happens for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people drop dead at 40 for no reason. People we know have done that, right? Appear to be in great physical shape and gone. So that happens just like someone at 98 can be fucking sharp as a tack. When it starts to go, though, and you're older, it go quick.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You look at Biden from just a few years ago, it's a different person. It's
no
not,
doubt.
it's a shell
Yes.
of what it was. Now, you can deny that. You can Keith Olbermann all you want, deny that.
Look at it. The lights are out, man.
The lights are so out.
Yeah.
They just are. They're coming up with ways. Why do you think they want to try to get Trump legally not on the ballot? Like, why would they be doing that? Because they don't want that competition. They know what his cult is like.
I know. It makes me wonder, though. Like, that might be the only. Trump might be the only way that he could win again.
I know.
Anybody else,
Yeah.
I don't think can. You know what I mean? That
I know.
it's just it's a risky strategery.
It's the riskiest of them because I don't worry about anyone on the left running, honestly.
No.
I think their policies are shit more than anything. And if you ask me like what I like about Trump or don't like about Trump, I can give you tons of things I don't like about Trump. His policies are not one of them.
Fair.
That's it. His everything else just about
Yep.
has always been the same. It's never changed.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't voting for a personality.
No. But Biden seems wholly incapable of doing the gig. I think it's laughable on its face to think that his VP, when you pick someone because they've got a cunt and they're, I didn't even know she was black at the time.
Check
but
some boxes there.
It's checking boxes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you campaigned on, was checking boxes. Every time someone calls you out, your press secretary can't wait to go, we've got the most diverse cabinet in the history of, like, you realize most people don't give a shit, right?
Oh.
That you didn't say we've got the brightest and most well-balanced cabinet in the history of politics. No, we've got the most colored people and gay people and fucking bull dykes and, like, okay, good for you, I guess. I don't know. It shouldn't matter, but that's what we're going with.
That's their entire platform.
Speaking of Clay's home here,
KGP?
KGP, she's hot. I think she's hot.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I do.
She
doesn't.
It's a hot take.
She likes pussy more than you and I both. That's the problem. I saw some pictures of her today, though, and I was like, God, she's just a little banger. Mm-hmm. She really is. I mean, she's one of the dumbest people ever to stand at that podium, but, and she's got a near impossible job. I mean, she's trying to defend Biden every minute of the day and all his gaffes. I mean, it really is. The deck is so stacked against her. Mm-hmm. It really is kind of unfair. But when I look at her, Vogue is doing this total puff piece on her for September.
Okay.
She's the brightest and greatest that's ever lived and blackest and lesbianist, person ever.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna, lick her twat for
That's fine, yeah.
3,000 plus words.
I mean, she's not ugly.
Hell no, she's not ugly. Look at her.
I am. I don't think she's.
Can you pull up pictures of her?
Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah, let me. Again,
I'm
you got to have
forming my
mad
own
respect
opinion.
for her love of pussy.
And listen, that's
You get
irrelevant
it.
to me. No, but and listen, I like the dark meat as well as anybody.
Yeah.
But
Typically, not my first choice, but
that's why I was a little surprised that that's where you went.
see, I'm expanding, man.
Right.
That's kind of a goofy picture.
I mean, this. Okay. Well, I'll give you other options.
Yeah, there's lots of other pictures. That's kind of goofy as shit. Yeah, none of those are good. Those are all like,
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to find?
But see the one in the skirt over there in the orange when she's not at a podium, like
This one?
No.
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
Skirt in the orange.
Yeah.
We're talking about our legs here.
Yeah.
Okay. See, these pictures all suck. I know.
yeah.
I hate these image searches.
Well, ladies, especially of the lesbianese,
Yeah. Heads up.
yeah, heads up. This broad is back on the market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she started scissoring with a gal named Suzanne Malvo. She's been her partner for more than 10 years. Two are sharing custody of their 9-year-old daughter, Soleil.
All right.
I'm a single mom who is co-parenting this amazing kid. Our number one priority is her privacy and to make sure we create an environment that's nurturing. Vogue gave Jean-Pierre the profile treatment in its September issue, giving her a glowing write-up, as it has for other admin figures, including Dr. Jill Biden, of course, and Jen Psaki. So they talk about that. One of the features of her, these bright colors and bold eyeshadow.
Is that her? Is that her mate?
Yeah.
Her partner?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one. She
All
was a CNN reporter covering some DNC bullshit. And then it was like, oh, I need to get you upstairs and scissor immediately. I want to mash machines with you.
All right.
So she did. She also talks about her suicide attempt and her difficulty in coming out to her parents as gay. She's got a new memoir coming. I bet that thing flies off the shelves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look for it, folks. Moving forward.
Yep. That should sell hundreds of copies.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, the White House will probably buy up hundreds of thousands of copies, like they did with Obama's book, I think.
Right.
And then just burn them in the backyard. But, I mean, so what if it cost them a few $1,000,000 to save them the embarrassment of it selling the dozens of copies, like you said? Malvue and Jean-Pierre met in 2012 at the DNC in Charlotte, North Carolina, where Malvue, who was a correspondent at CNN, was covering the event. And Jean-Pierre was working for Barack Obama's re-election campaign. They quickly moved in together in D.C. in 2014. Malvue left her CNN job shortly after Jean-Pierre was promoted from deputy press secretary to principal press secretary. Malvue had already started the adoption process when she and Jean-Pierre were dating. She adopted Soleil, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this.
Soleil Moon Fry?
That's what I think of.
Always.
Which is interesting because Soleil Moon Fry. So Soleil is French for sun.
Uh-huh. I knew that.
Soleil Moon Fry's name was Sun Moon Fry.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Punky.
Yeah. I love Punky Brewster.
Oh, yeah. Didn't
great
she get them titties knocked down?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yep. In May of 2014, Jean-Pierre adopted Soleil a few years later. She told Vogue that having a child was 1,000% not on her to-do list. Well, here's the good news. You didn't have a child. So your to-do list is intact. You
Congratulations.
picked one out of a fucking store window,
Right?
right?
There you go.
So you didn't squeeze one out of your vagine. No problem. No harm, no foul.
There's your dream threesome right there.
Oh, fuck's sake. God, I'm glad it's blurry.
It's like one of those negative images.
Everything that we do, being led by the president. Yeah.
It's like a yin-yang.
Yeah. Holy shit. That is an Oreo cookie if I've ever seen one.
Peppermint patty.
Yeah.
That's a...
Everything that we do being led by the president is going to matter. Not just that you... Oh, my God.
No,
I wonder if she
just
actually
stop.
believes that.
I don't know.
Do you really think this dude is leading anything? That's hilarious. She's faced criticism on the job for being too robotic and too dependent upon reading from the briefing book, which she's always got close at hand. Yeah, historically, she's going to go down as the worst press secretary in history, certainly modern history. That goes without question.
Yeah.
But the deck is so stacked against her. She's dealing with, you know what I mean? She's dealing with a shell of a human being.
Right?
Honestly. Like, how do you go there
Defending
every day?
the indefensible.
Yeah. I mean, he says shit off the top of his head that goes counter to everything they've been preaching. And then she's the one that's got to go out there and face the music and clean it all up.
Yep.
She says, I take none of it personally, the criticism. I'm representing the president, so petty is just not on the menu. She's had to deal with a variety of topics, such as the war in Ukraine, Republicans on the Hill, investigations into Biden's son Hunter. She clarifies, I'm not speaking for myself at the podium.
Right?
Yeah, I would make that
This
point
is
too.
exactly,
A
a lot.
lot. She doesn't drink alcohol or coffee, prefers to snack on roasted seaweed. Is that what she calls her girl's vagine? Gross. You know what I mean? Roasted
Womp, womp.
seaweed. Yeah, I start my morning with some roasted seaweed. Wink, wink. If
Breakfast
you know what I mean.
at the taco bar.
Yeah. Or a morning banana smoothie.
I thought she was lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah. She
I know she went both ways.
way more like a roasted seaweed kind of fan than a banana smoothie fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
probably.
But yeah. Anyway, there's your update on her. That 70s show. Fan? Where do we land on that 70s show?
You know, I thought it was a pretty good show.
Not bad, right?
Yep.
What was the concept? They were just smoking weed in the basement. That was the whole in the round.
That
kind
was
of
in the
thing. It's
round
like
generally, yeah.
passing
And that
a
was
joint.
that was a unique perspective that they provided with going around the table, you know. But that was my first introduction to Mila Kunis. Still a big fan. Big fan.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan. Well, if they're going to do a reunion of that show, and I don't even know if it's being rumored, Danny Masterson is unfortunately not going to be a part of it.
Yeah. Doesn't he keep fucking up? What's he doing?
Oh, you know, he's
Had some troubles, I seem to recall. I can't remember exactly what they were, but
Well, there's a couple girls that in 2003 said he gave them drinks and then they became woozy or passed out before he violently raped them. The old cause.
oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
what it
he
was.
gets a little
yeah.
rapey.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And he's a staunch Scientologist.
Okay.
And so they will go to the ends of the earth to defend, no matter what, the shit behavior of their celebrity
Right.
group is. They know how important the celebrities are.
Smart. If you're going to be a piece of shit, become a Scientologist.
Yes.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, dude, you've got the entire church and
Yeah.
they're backing. They'll treat everybody else like shit. But if you're a celebrity, I mean,
You have all the power of Tom Cruise
Yeah.
at your disposal.
Yep, you do. And so he was sentenced to 30 years to life today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
See you, Danny. Okay, bye.
30 to life, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he's 47 now.
oh boy. This is from the Rapins?
Yeah. Couple decade-old rapins coming full circle.
Shit. Yeah, okay.
It's not good when you get female judge Charlene Olmeida. It's like, oh, shit.
Well, you know.
She's going to feel for the vagines. She's human. She's going to go, oh, you think you can just steal vagines anytime you want?
Yeah, that's
Well,
I
I don't think so.
Not on my watch.
A jury of 7 women, 5 men. That's also not good.
Yeah.
That's not in your favor.
Right.
Found him guilty of 2 counts after 7 days of deliberations. Both attacks took place in Masterson's Hollywood area home in 2003 when he was at the height of his fame on that 70s show. They could not reach a unanimous verdict on a 3rd count, an allegation he also raped a longtime girlfriend. I remember that one and people going, how do you rape your wife? How do you rape your girlfriend? You know,
Easy.
and it's
When
like-
she says no.
when she says no.
Yeah, that's
But, you know, there's definitely some gray area there. Like, it's, come on, honey.
Yeah, right.
Come on, I got needs too.
I paid for this.
Yeah.
I bought it fair and square.
What the fuck? How long you gonna hold out? Again with the headaches? Like, you know, if no means no, always,
Yeah.
then it's like if she goes, I guess, I don't know, I'm on the fence. Nah, I'm not feeling it tonight. And you go, you can't even go, oh, come on.
Right?
Come on. That wasn't a hard out.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what guy doesn't know that place? Like, oh, okay, you're gonna make me work for it a little bit.
No, stop. Oh my gosh. My mom's in the other room.
Yeah. Like the Bill Burr bit. You get a bad read in court.
Yeah,
the
right.
transcript. read in
No,
court.
stop.
Stop.
Don't. Well, she
She didn't say it like that. Such a great bit.
Yeah, it is.
Prosecutors allege Masterson used his prominence in the Church of Scientology, where all 3 women were also members, to avoid consequences for decades after the attacks.
Oh boy, see, there's your conflict right there.
Yeah, but they're not celebrities, so the church doesn't give
Well,
a fuck about them.
Yeah, I know, but
Nope.
all right.
Just doesn't. The women blame the church for their hesitancy in going to the police. When they reported to Scientology officials, why would you report this to your church officials?
Because that's
Because
the
that's
real
the cult.
authority.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you were brutally raped by someone, you go to the fucking police, man. You don't screw around with this wonky church that's going to defend to the ends of the earth the celebrity aspect involved.
Take them down. What are they? They're like stars or something they get, or what are the levels? Scientology.
Oh yeah, yeah.
forget what that is.
Yeah, the shit. It's been so long. Yeah, it's Thetan. Is it Thetan's like level 7 or whatever? Thetan levels. They were told, no, you were not raped by the church. And then they were put through ethics programs themselves and were warned against going to law enforcement to report a member of such high standing. Imagine your church is singling out patrons or members of their flock as high standing. Holy shit.
Right.
They were raped, they were punished for it, and they were retaliated against. The Deputy DA Reinhold Mueller told jurors Scientology told them there's no justice for them. The church has no policy prohibiting or discouraging members from reporting criminal conduct of anyone, Scientologists or not, to law enforcement. Bullshit. I understand you're going to put that statement out there, Scientology, but that's bullshit. We've seen that. There's too many people who have come out. We've seen too many videos of how you treat people who go against your church.
Oh, yeah.
Or your writings or your decisions on things. You guys are relentless in your pursuit. There's no law you won't fucking bend.
Was the
Remy?
Yeah,
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one that famously came out against him, right?
Oh my God, yeah, huge.
Spill all.
Who's the other one? Didn't she just die? Kirstie Alley. Did Kirstie Alley just die recently?
She's dead. She gone. Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
She was a famous Scientology for a long, long time. The defense argued the acts were consensual and attempted to discredit the women's stories. You know, a textbook. That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
By highlighting changes and inconsistencies, which said they showed signs of coordination between them. The women said that in 2003, he Cosby'd them, basically. Gave him some drinks.
Yeah.
But there was no Tox report because it wasn't reported at the time.
Yeah, they didn't do any blood.
Yeah.
Right. So this came down to he said, she said.
Yeah.
And the judge believed the she's.
Yeah, definitely believe the
Gotcha.
she's 30 to life. So I'm assuming there will be an appeal, but
Yeah, I don't think
that's
I
rough.
think you're getting that overturned.
No.
Although I'd like to know what the. I mean, I guess if they reported it and there's documentation of that stuff, I don't know how it all went down, but yeah, enjoy the butt fucking, Stanny.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to be treated there.
Not well.
Not well.
No.
Creepy looking fucking white guy.
Not well.
Who was raping chicks.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's not going to have any celebrity status.
No, you don't think they'll give a shit?
No.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
No, none whatsoever.
Do you feel bad for him?
Yeah, they're just gonna call him Hollywood and just blow his fucking guts out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really think they're going to turn him inside out from the asshole? Yeah, probably.
What's he gonna do about it?
Jack shit. No.
Right? Yeah. You're about to become an Aryan, my friend.
Yeah.
The only option you got.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough
Side up.
adjustment. Here's the thing I don't understand, which I've never understood. If you're Bill Cosby in the 70s, 80s, you can literally, I mean, not pick anything you want.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you know,
And maybe
we
that's
all
it.
understand that.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the challenge. Maybe it's the thrill. Maybe it's the change.
Yeah,
You know?
it must be. There must be something to that.
Or
Where
they're
it's
just
like,
fucking psychopaths.
yeah, but even then, it's like, okay, so it's not just about busting a nut. Because most of us, it's like, man, I really like to stick my thing in her thing. You know, feels pretty good. But for these guys, it's like Danny Masterson in 2003 should be able to walk down Sunset Boulevard and grab a piece of ass any night he wants.
And he could. And he
yeah,
could.
and he could.
Yes.
Bring him
But-
back to his Hollywood Hills home.
He
And
chose not to.
no. Instead,
So
he's going
there's
to try
something
and
there's something
take
else
it.
about something devious
Yeah.
underlying there.
Yeah. Something fucked up. Or you know, maybe celebrity just so warps people.
It's possible.
thinking,
Yeah,
but-
I mean, just the disconnection from reality.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to it.
There's got to be something about being on a hit show, too, when it goes from, you know, 10 grand an episode, which is bananas, to making hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode. You know,
Yep.
where your checks, you're 23 years old and your checks are fucking insane and the whole world
And that
is
show's
open to
still
you.
getting enough play that he's still getting mailbox money.
Probably.
Oh yeah,
I don't know where that's going now. I mean,
into his commissary.
I was going to say the commissary. Yeah, maybe he can buy himself some
Protection.
Yeah, a
Buy
few
lot
less
of-
rapins.
Buy a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, or some less rapins. Like that's what I'd be going for. I would take every dollar I had for 30 to life,
It's
and
a
I'd be
slippery
like,
slope.
yeah.
Better
no
off buying
offense.
protection than paying off the rapins, because There's a lot of rapings to be paid off.
But if it's like every time some guy grabs you by the hips with a heart on, and you go, here you go, 10 grand, and
You ain't got that kind of money.
yeah, you don't think?
No, you'll be grabbed by the hips every moment of every day.
Yeah, just keep pouring out 10 grand at a pop.
You find the two biggest dudes in there. You'd be friends.
And I don't even trust that some of these brothers wouldn't just go, thank you for the 10 grand. Now,
And still.
it's still bend over. And
Yeah.
what are you going to do
And
about
I'm
it?
bending over. I'm going to fuck you with this 10 grand.
Yeah. That stinks. Mm-hmm. He's probably going to be doing tossing salads and everything.
Yeah, well,
Unless they have to protect them.
no respect for the rapings.
Yeah.
So
No, I know that's true about child rapings, but is that the same with
me, I have no respect for him, so I don't care what happens to him. I hope he does get his fucking guts turned out.
Yeah, I don't. That's just me. I understand the sentiment, and I don't fault you for that. I get it. Being out of society for life is, punishment enough, and that's more revenge and vengeful to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna turn his guts inside out by sticking gigundous cocks in him.
I don't make the rules.
clock.
That's just the way it is.
No, I know. That doesn't make it right.
It's not part of the, it's not part of the curriculum per se.
But it is.
But-
we all know it. Judges from time to time will even joke about it. Be like, man, good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, that cop that told me to sleep with your back against the wall. I was like, thanks, pal. You just told a 13-year-old he's going to get raped. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Mm-hmm.
Well, scared straight.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't work for old Danny boy.
No. Oh, Danny boy.
Yep.
Your asshole's constantly bleeding. Mayor Eric Adams. Boy, I don't know if he understood what this gig was going to be when he walked into it.
The best intentions, I believe, but
Yeah. I had high hopes.
Bit over his head, I think.
Yeah. He's warning that during a town hall meeting yesterday, New York City's on the verge of being destroyed because a large number of illegals are being sent to the city. Adams said, never in my life have I encountered a problem that he was not able to fix and bring to an end. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian-speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border, come into New York City, and everyone's saying it's New York City's problem.
Yeah, well, Eric, you are a sanctuary city, self-proclaimed. So
Yeah.
here you go, sir. You
Wait.
volunteered for this.
So, wait. So he wanted the glory and the bragging rights of saying we're a glorious sanctuary city. No human is illegal.
Yep.
But
As
he
long
didn't
as-
want any of the consequences of
As long as
that.
they're over there.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it's easy to get on your soapbox and preach when you have no real understanding of what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on.
So just obnoxious virtue signaling is
Yes.
not always enough.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
He said every community in the city would be impacted by the waves of illegals being sent to the city, which are draining our resources. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no shock, Eric. No
Yeah, right.
offense, but this is what we told you years ago.
This is supposed to be Texas and New Mexico and Arizona's problem,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
You guys just deal with it. Don't.
Yeah.
It's not our problem.
Fuck off!
Yeah.
Don't leave us out of it.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
I
If a couple, escape and flee and make it up here, we'll take care of them.
right.
But
10,000 a month. I'm sorry,
And that's just 10,000 a month is just what's coming into New York City.
yeah.
Extrapolate
Tip
that
of
out
the
across.
iceberg.
I mean, exactly. Put that
Tip
across
of
the
the
entire
iceberg.
country of small towns, big towns.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's mind-boggling.
I love this too. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us? How many of you were part of the movement to say we've seen what this mayor is trying to do and they destroyed New York City? It's going to come to your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. I said it last year when we had 15,000. I'm telling you now with 110,000. The city, we knew we're about to lose, and we're all in this together. All of us, Staten Island is saying, send them to Manhattan. Manhattan is saying, send them to Queens. Queens is saying, send them to Brooklyn. And thus, the rest of us over here are going, you voted for it.
Yeah.
You fucking eat it.
I just
Sorry.
I can't wait because eventually someone's going to have to turn around and say, send them back over the border.
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody's going to have to say it. And one of these clowns is going to be the first one to break and say it.
Yep. It's hilarious. I find absolute stunning. It's it's not healthy, the amount of joy I'm getting from these stories.
Yeah.
Because you thought you got a free, easy win. You got to brag and
just
look
say
like
it?
to just say it. You've been saying it for years.
I'm on the right team.
You're going out of your way to trash ICE. You're going out of your way to trash the police. You shit on everybody. You look down your nose at people. And you want to claim to be, no human's illegal. Everyone's welcome here. We're a sanctuary city, blah, 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 blah. And within 6 months, you're fucking crying like this. And the fact is, we told you that.
Yep.
We told you. I said, good, keep busting them there.
Here you go.
No. You're a sanctuary city.
Yeah.
You're the almighty powerful New York
specifically
city.
asked for this.
Yeah. We saw what happened. It was shameful what happened in Martha's Vineyard. Shameful. You gave them a fucking shower and a burrito and shipped them off to a fucking military compound within 20 hours.
And spent days, weeks patting yourselves on the back,
Yeah.
blowing yourselves about how amazing you were to them.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Meanwhile, you're sitting on 40 acres of fucking untouched property. You know what? You could build a giant tent for them, assholes. And I wouldn't be saying that because it's not fair. It's not right. We all knew it was bullshit. You don't just let millions of people traipse into your country. That's not cool anywhere on planet Earth. Why should it be cool here?
Back to the root cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Being able to see down the road of what was going to happen.
Yeah. It was obvious, which is why we talked about it. Not to beat a dead horse, but you know what, Eric? I'm sorry. You want all the high fives and the praise and wow, look how woke you are. Look how progressive you are. Look how awesome you are. No humans illegal. No. It was going to do this always. It was going to shit and destroy your city.
Yep.
And that's what it's done. And now you have terrified fucking New Yorkers, all people fleeing like crazy.
Yep.
Same shit is happening all over California. And I'm so proud of Texas and Arizona for not putting up with this. Going, no. Fine. You want to welcome them in. You want to act like this is the process and this is normal. You think you've got a new voting base coming in? First off, you're fucking wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. Those people are not voting for your bullshit policies.
No,
they're not. They're way more versed in Marxism and communism than we are as Americans. And those people do not like it. They are not going to like your policies. They're not going to like the way we treat the children and just like, oh yeah, let them No.
Nope.
They're not going to fall in line like you think they are.
No,
this
absolutely
is
not.
going to be #backfire big time.
Yeah. This was one of my favorite times of all.
What was
at
this?
the last election when Trump was all about the border and everybody just criticized. I mean, he was villainized for it.
Oh, racist.
And he was xenophobic, and we have open borders, and it was crazy. And
Sending all the rapists and murderers and
then within months, weeks, days of them winning the election, we got this. Oh wait, I had mine muted, so it didn't play on you.
all right.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. You're good.
My
It's like
volume's up.
frozen.
Yeah, what's going on? Come on. Why is there no volume?
It looks like a great one too.
In this do not come.
There we go.
Do not come. We're thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border.
Yeah.
Do not come.
Folks in this region, not come.
Do not come.
Do not come.
Wink, wink.
Who are thinking about making that dangerous trek.
It's inexcusable behavior.
It's
inexcusable.
Exactly. It was laughable on his face. Was my point was that they made this grandstanding over it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now it was your problem. It was easy to criticize him, to use that against him.
Sure.
And act like how he was handling it was so wrong, and we welcome everyone in here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah,
Shit.
no. Don't
come here.
No. Don't. Like, no shit.
I'm sorry. I love the idea. I know it's petty, but I love the idea of dropping them off in her neighborhood, her subdivision.
Oh, that was great.
Let her deal with
That
her
was
fucking
fabulous.
neighbors.
Sure, yeah.
You know, like, good. If you're going to go out and talk about this and try to pin it on Republicans for being out of touch, we could literally sit here and play 12 hours straight of every hardcore lefty progressive talking about how important border security is. We could play hours of it. So we didn't change.
No.
That policy did not change in the minds of a lot of people. You changed. You all of a sudden,
Right.
for God knows what reason, maybe a new voter base. I don't know. That's the only thing you can think of.
Just think if Trump's
because you
thing
don't
wasn't-
care about these people. If you truly cared about these people, you'd be worried about the absolute selling into sex slavery that's going on, the deaths that are going on. They don't give a shit. So
Trump's motto should have, instead of been build the wall, should have been finish the wall.
yeah, still should.
Put that in perspective.
Yeah, no, they're selling the wall in chunks now, trying to get rid of that shit because they're
Pennies on the
afraid.
dollar. Yeah, when
Yeah,
it
they're
gets back
afraid
in,
the
they're gonna have
Republicans in Congress are going to force them to finish the wall. That they've got a tiny bit of power right now, and they're going to force them. And so now they're going to be able to say, "Oh, I don't know what happened. We don't have the parts."
All right, well, go buy more.
Yeah, exactly. Ready for an Ask T Royer too? Because dude, we got.
I know.
I mean, it's killing me. It's killing me.
I was just going to tell you.
Yeah.
This part of the show is brought to you by the Backcourt Restaurant in Clarkston.
Hey.
Yeah, located in the Deer Lake
Oh, we
Athletic
should have
Club.
had them bring us food tonight.
Oh, that'd been a good one.
That would have been a
Catered
good
that
one.
in. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're located in the Deer Lake Athletic Club. The Backcourt combines first-class service with a relaxed, friendly atmosphere and a chef-inspired menu. They have daily dinner specials throughout the week, live music on Friday nights, and on Friday and Saturdays, the best damn prime rib in town. So next time you're heading out for dinner or drink, stop by the Backcourt Restaurant in Clarkston. Call them at 248-625-8686 or visit DeerLakeAthleticClub.com.
T-Roy.
There we go. Just don't start one with my husband. I can't take it right now.
It wasn't.
Okay.
T-Roy, I'm a gay man
All right.
who's been in a relationship with Jake for 42 years.
Well, Jake is his husband. Damn it. All right.
My husband, Jake. We have had many difficult relationship challenges,
Yeah.
but we've always stayed together and recently got married. Congratulations. Jake.
Congratulations. Happy couple.
Our current issue is the thermostat. Jake
Okay.
is cold when the temperature in the summer is set to lower than 75 degrees. I suggest he use more covers or clothes to stay warm, since I cannot do anything more than throw off all the covers and lie there sweating. He insists I'm being unreasonable for wanting to have a cooler bedroom. I know sleep experts recommend sleeping temperatures in the 60-degree range. I can deal with warmer temps than that, but 75 is hot. How can I communicate that he can cover up to be comfortable while I cannot uncover any more? Hot in South Carolina.
I am way team this guy. Team hot in South Carolina. Jake is a clown.
Yeah.
Jake, you are wrong on every level. 75 is
Obnoxious.
ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
And yes, you can wear sweats. You can wear slippers.
Bundle
you can
up,
wear-
sweetheart.
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's saying you got to keep thermostat at 65, right? 75 is unreasonable.
Yeah.
Unreasonable. How do you get it across? Hold out. Don't give up that ass.
Yeah. Don't cough up
No,
that ass.
no deep dicking for you.
No
until
ball fondling.
Nothing. You get
No.
nothing.
Nothing.
If this thing is 1 degree over 72, you get nothing.
No cock and balls.
Nothing
At all. No
Yep.
butthole.
That's
None.
nothing.
Yeah.
That's
That's-
how you. I
I mean-
it's how you got. You got to play hardball, but that's the only way you're going to get the
Yeah.
message across.
Yeah. I don't hate that idea. What if you said, Jake, look, I'm willing to absolutely hammer your asshole, work up a good sweat, make you fucking burning hot, and then you go to bed. Since you're always so cold. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Could you do that? And like, I'm gonna go to Hammertown for a good 20 minutes, break you into a nice sweat, exhaust you, wear you out.
No, you're going to have to go sleep in another room with a space heater.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. A space heater. What about an electric blanket, Jake?
Sure, something.
You know?
anything. Yeah, worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can warm yourself up, but you can't cool yourself off.
Exactly.
It's just
There's only
not-
so many things you can take off. And believe me, Troy's done it all. He's taken it all off.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I sleep naked.
Dear T. Roy, Ma, our daughter, age
All right.
21, nice, has made a series of bad choices. Nice. I'm liking where
like
this
her
is going.
already.
Yeah, I'm loving this 21 here. She's made a series of bad choices and failed relationships since she was 16. She went to college and quit twice. Joined the Air Force, hated it, but managed to get a general discharge. At age 19, she had a baby with a high school dropout and violent drug abuser. They've had an on and off relationship. He has pushed, shoved, outright hit her, destroyed 2 of her phones, hit her sister and smashed her phone. He took my daughter's car while fleeing the police, leaving her and the baby stranded. We have paid countless sums of money for an attorney and sent her more to get her car. She has lied and deceived us on her relationship status. We wanted to believe our daughter. Now they're back together. We sent the police for a wellness check. They said she's all right. As you can imagine, we are heartbroken. Our other children are doing well and keep me sane. When people ask about our kids, what do we say about her? I want something simple to end the questioning. She's back with her loser boyfriend, and I don't know where or what she's doing. Is there any hope to make peace in our family? This weary mom in West Virginia.
Is this? I'm guessing this better be a single mom.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know how anybody could put hands on a daughter and her sister.
Yeah,
multiple times,
phones, steal a car,
and still be in the picture.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're talking about whooping that ass as a dad.
Yes,
yeah.
Brothers, whatever siblings are in this, uncles, like this that should never happen once, but it'll never happen twice.
Yeah,
one of those things. So you get what. You allowed this to happen on some level.
Ooh, you're blaming the parents for this.
On some level.
I mean, if she's 21 and she's making she's making
fine.
nothing but shit decisions and she's getting her ass whooped for it, she's getting tuned up. I mean, what do you want them to do?
I don't know. This relationship should never be an issue. No matter how bad she wants it, this guy would never put his dick in her again.
Yeah.
For a fear of his life.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, her big concern, I thought was going to be like, how do we get her to see, like,
no,
she's worried about how do we tell the neighbors?
Image,
like, how do we not look like pieces of shit just because our daughter's a piece of shit? I'd want to know how hot the daughter is. If the daughter's hot, there's a chance she can turn this around.
I would think she could do better if she was hot. I think she's average at best.
Well, they are in West Virginia. I'm not shitting on West Virginia.
Well, I mean, listen,
bit, but
West Virginia 8 to Michigan 4.
Yeah.
So
true.
California 1.
All right, I got one more for you.
Good.
Dear T. Roy, I've been married to my second wife for 10 years. Most everything is fine.
Most everything.
But we have one area of conflict. It's regarding her daughter, my stepdaughter, who has grown from this cute little 9-year-old into a smoking hot 19-year-old. Problem is her attire around the house. She routinely wears a sports bra and panties around the house, around me. I find it distracting, to say the least. I've discussed it with her mother, but she sees nothing wrong with it, probably because she dresses pretty much the same way. I can't get my wife to understand what might be okay for her is inappropriate for her daughter. What should I do? By the way, I've never said or done anything inappropriate, but I find myself taking a look at her more often than I should. Help. Stepdad who sees.
Yeah. Well, I listen, if mom doesn't want to listen, I think daughter's going to fucking take a deep dicking.
Oh, you think he should go that route?
I mean, lessons have to be learned.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there's probably a reason she's running around like that. Whether she really wants it or she just likes the idea of teasing you with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy seems like the ultimate ingrate to me. Like,
right?
Really?
Yeah. You got your probably pretty hot wife running around in titties and panties.
Yeah.
And you got the biscuit daughter running around.
Who's not your blood.
Right? It's totally, right? Makes it totally okay.
She's like a fucking 25-year upgrade of your current wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is what she looked like when she was smoking hot.
Probably more like a 17-year upgrade, but okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, like Newberg's song. It's okay, but not okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, but not okay.
So, if he tripped and fell and landed in her vagine for something, reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
the table was set for him.
You can only push a man so far, right?
I've expressed my concerns. You dismissed them. Mm-hmm. These were my concerns.
Yeah.
I am but a man.
Yeah. He was kind of going, she went from this cute 9-year-old into a gorgeous 19-year-old. Like, he's pointing out, look, let's be crystal clear about what I'm dealing with here.
Yeah, right.
Imagine panties and a sports bra on a fucking smoke show of a 19-year-old.
Yep.
That's what I'm forced to deal with. And you expect me not to fucking tap that? Really?
Right.
I mean, I'm only a man. How much can I take?
Yeah, I expressed my concerns, and they went...
yeah, they were...
unheard.
Yeah, they were unheard.
So
bad. You know, hey, maybe you go a different route, and you try to go, how do we make this work? And dude, I've seen it work in porn movies.
Yeah,
where mother-daughter tag teams with the stepdad. I mean, that can work.
Listen, try. Here, let me give some real advice.
Okay.
Next time they're home, they're walking around in their little panties and sports bras, right?
Yeah.
Just come out with a fucking in your underwear. All right, fucking let the hog out. Whatever. Come out just butt ass naked.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're doing, right? This is how we do it around here.
Yeah.
Why is it okay for you but not for me? Right?
Good point.
And then when they get all weird and uncomfortable about it, and be like, "That's how I fucking feel." Now, can we wear some clothes, please?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. It's not bad. Except I wouldn't want to do anything to discourage the daughter's behavior. That's just me. Though.
Listen, I'm giving him suggestions.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Appreciate that.
That's why they come to me.
All right. Chris Jones.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, don't poo-poo on my parade.
Troy. I want that prediction about Chris Jones to be right more than anything. But there is one thing that doesn't make sense. Chris Jones is a free agent. If we wanted him, we could make him an offer and sign him. No other player is required to make that happen. The rumor I heard is Bugs missed voluntary workouts, and this is a disciplinary action. Also, you guys keep referring to the plane shitter as a dude. This has old bag written all over it. Some nana in a muumuu had bad fish and chips before takeoff and shit herself shuffling down the aisle.
I did question.
You're not 100.
That was one of my questions. Was that we're assuming this was a male? We
Yeah.
kept saying he.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, but we just
It's
ran
not
with it,
bad.
right?
Yeah.
You're not 100.
There you go.
Yeah. It's from Connor. One of our favorite emailers.
Sure.
I love Connor. He's great.
Indeed.
right.
Dude.
Dude,
Like I said,
I
don't know if the Bugs thing is actual real, the Chris Jones trade, but
no, it's a great thought. And
you got to have hot takes once in a while. You got to throw them out there.
yeah, you never know.
Throw it against the wall, see what sticks.
You got to admit it'd be glorious
That
if
would
that
be
was
spectacular.
true.
I mean, that would be a game changer. That would be a season changer.
And identifying the fact that, hey, going into week one, the deal is no. We're not going to go give you our best defensive player and then have to go face him. So
Yep.
if you want to make this work, you're going to come to Arrowhead and you're going to play this fucking game. And then on Monday, we'll talk. Mm-hmm. But we're not doing it beforehand. You'll have him for the rest of the season and whatever you decide going forward. I mean,
I didn't realize he was a free agent. I thought he was in I thought he was in the last year of his contract and he was trying to force a negotiation.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But I wasn't that into the deal, but
Yeah,
I still like my team.
I do too. All right, everybody. Dude, it's what are we at? What time is it?
We are 3 hours away.
Can't wait. All right, let's get out of here, T. Thank you, everybody, so much. Go Lions tonight. I can't believe I'm saying that. We have reached game day. It's official. I'm too jacked up for words. Hopefully, it's not a giant disappointment. For the members out there, we'll do some content this weekend. To the rest of you, have a wonderful weekend.
We're thinking about.
Boy. Still on a loop there. Sorry.
Yeah, no
Didn't
worries.
know.
No worries. All right, have a good one, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.